Have you ever heard of the Cheonyeogwishin? In Korea, they are the spirits of young women who died unmarried. They're often seen in white mourning clothes, with their long black hair covering their faces. They wander the earth, filled with bitterness and a deep longing for what they never had. This story is about a young man named Min-jun, who learned about them the hard way. Min-jun had just moved into an old, traditional house on the outskirts of Seoul. The rent was cheap and the house had character, but the locals whispered about it. He didn't pay them any mind. The first few nights were strange. He'd hear faint weeping coming from the garden, carried on the wind. He'd find long black hairs on his pillow, even though he lived alone. He dismissed it all as his imagination, the stress of moving. One night, he woke up to a chilling cold in his room. The air was so heavy he could barely breathe. He opened his eyes and saw her. A figure in white was standing at the foot of his bed. Her head was bowed, her face hidden by a cascade of black hair. Min-jun was frozen in terror. He couldn't scream, couldn't move. The figure slowly lifted her head. He couldn't see her eyes, but he felt her gaze, full of sorrow and an intense, burning resentment. The weeping sound was louder now, right there in the room with him. It was a sound of pure despair. He could feel her unfulfilled life, her pain, her loneliness. She started to glide towards him, her white dress trailing silently on the floor. He squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for whatever was coming. When he dared to open them again, she was gone. The room was empty, the cold had vanished, but the scent of old, wilting flowers lingered in the air. Min-jun packed his bags before the sun even rose. He didn't look back. He later found out from a local shaman that the house was built on the unmarked grave of a young woman who had died centuries ago just before her wedding day. She was still waiting, trapped between worlds, forever searching for the life she was denied. Sometimes, when the night is quiet and the moon is full, people say you can still hear her weeping in the wind. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Stay safe out there.